rom&nd has finally added new additions to their Glasting lip line, and it's coloured glosses. These are pure coloured glosses. No shimmer, no glitter, none of that. It's just tinted glosses, and I currently have one of them right now on my lips. I picked up 3 shades. Number 1, this is Peony Ballet, and number 4, Grapey, as well as number 5, Dim Mauve. So the body of the lip glosses represents what colour you will get, and currently I am wearing one of them right now. I'm wearing number 5, Dim Mauve. What do you guys think? I'm gonna do swatches review as well as a comparison to their current gloss, which is the Glasting water gloss. So stick around if you want to see that comparison, and without further ado, let's get into it. These lip glosses were released pretty early, literally at the start of January 2024. So they are available for international purchase, so you can get it on websites like YesStyle, OLIVEYOUNG. So I'll put links in the description box on where you can get them, and you can use my code as well to help you save some money. Now this is rom&nd's second lip gloss addition to their whole lip line. The whole lip category, they only had one gloss originally, and it was the Glasting water gloss, this one over here. These new glosses are true pure glosses, meaning you won't have any staining, you won't have any shimmer particles in it. There's no minty and plumping effect either. It really just is a gloss on your lips with like a boost of color. So if you're very sensitive towards like plumping, minty, you don't like that feeling, this is one of the glosses that you can check out. I'll put the color choices available up on screen for you to see. As you can tell, the colors are very muted. Currently, it's a trend in kbeauty to release very muted colors and something that's a little bit more wearable. So it can be a good and a bad thing. It really depends on your makeup preference. So for example, if you're the type of person that maybe you're very uncomfortable with how some lipstick or how some makeup products can look very bright and stark and in your face, then this is actually a good option because the colors are truly very muted, making it very wearable for daily wear, be it for school, for office, or just general daily wear. This means that you'll probably get more usage out of it wearing it daily, and it's just more bang for your buck, and maybe you can even go through the entire lip product. Now if you prefer to have more color on your lips, for example maybe a Barbie pink, a bright red, a fuchsia magenta, that kind of thing, as you can see, there really isn't a color for it just yet. So this is where you might want to reconsider a little bit. I think that rom&nd eventually, like judging from how they release stuff and all that, they will eventually release a color like a bright red or a fuchsia or that kind of thing sometime later down the road. But currently there isn't that available. I think one thing about kbeauty is that in it of itself, there's a particular style or trend that everyone in the industry will kind of follow. So it ends up being very limiting. And if you're the type of person that likes to experiment with color and just have more options, I think right now kbeauty can end up looking a little bit, boring, same-ish with everyone in a sense. But it really depends on your makeup preference, because I understand that some people, they really prefer to have more of like a natural makeup. I briefly want to talk about the scent of this lip gloss. It doesn't really have a very strong fragrance or whatsoever. You really have to put your nose to the mouth of the tube. You can get like maybe a hint of some fruitiness in it, but on my lips right now, I genuinely can't smell anything. So if you're very particular or sensitive to scents, you'll be happy to know that this is actually quite safe in a sense. Your nose won't feel assaulted in a sense. Now the formula of this lip gloss is rather unique. It has this smooth gel-like finish, and it's actually very moisturizing. It's quite a unique formula that I genuinely have not felt before. I've tried some other Western lip glosses, and usually I'm not a fan of lip glosses in general because of how thick and goopy and stuffy it can feel on my lips. Sometimes when the wind blows, my hair sticks into the lip gloss and it's just a whole mess. I don't look cute. So I'm trying to avoid all that most of the times. But with this particular lip gloss, I'm very pleasantly surprised by my whole experience with it. For reference, I have tried the Maybelline Lifter Gloss, and this one I actually do like. For a Western gloss, I feel that this is definitely more on the thinner side of things. It's not as goopy, but it can get a little bit sticky if you over apply it. Another one that I've tried is the Fenty Beauty, what's this, Gloss Bomb, right? This one over here can end up looking very goopy, especially, you know, when you like purse your lips and there's that little cheese string thing. So yeah, this one I'm like, kind of thing. This new ROMAND Glasting color glosses really shocked me by how comfortable they are, because they feel cushy and have that kind of moisturizing effect, almost like a lip oil, because sometimes I feel that lip oils, they kind of run all over the place on my lips and they bleed here, bleed there, that kind of thing. But for this doesn't, and it just like stays in place. So I'm really shocked by how the performance is. So a lip gloss doesn't stain your lips, but for this particular lip gloss, what is left behind when there is completely no gloss on your lips is a layer of moisturization, and you can really feel it with the gloss on or even without the gloss on. I think it was such a pleasant surprise by that layer, and I was like, wow, my lips actually feel nourished and moisturized even though I have no more lip product on my lips. Most of the time, most glosses do not have that moisturizing base layer to it. So even right now when I wear the lip gloss, I actually can feel that nourishment in my lips, and it's so nice and comfortable. I'm genuinely very surprised, because I went into this thinking like, another lip gloss, I won't like it. Also, normally after you ate or drank something, right, the gloss will be completely gone. You need to reapply and whatnot have you. When I take sips of water from a water bottle, this gloss actually stays on pretty well. The general look and feel still stays the same, and you can see there is a little bit of transfer like right over here, right? But this, whatever is on my lips right now, is not water. It is the lip gloss itself. Even though I lost some shine maybe like in the center part over here, you can see that overall it still looks pretty okay. And I'm just so mind blown by how good the adhesion really is of this gloss. Now moving on to the color review portion of this particular lip gloss. Despite the name that it says that it's a color gloss, I must point out to you that the base color pigmentation in these glosses is really not that strong. Let me swatch this. This is Dim Mauve. As you can see, that's actually a very beautiful color, right? So when I spread it out, this is maybe like 40% opacity, dropping down all the way to maybe like a 20% opacity. Next we have Grapey Way. And last but not least, we have Peony Ballet. Now the color selection in this lip gloss, they all have that very muted beige tone to it. There really isn't one with a very stark white base in it, which is usually what throws off a lot of people when it comes to like Korean lipsticks and lip tints. Normally they have a very strong white base. Fortunately for this, they don't really have that, so it ends up looking very natural. However, I must point out that because the colors are so muted, so when you apply this on your lips, the color actually dissipates a little bit. It kind of like spreads out a little bit, right? The colors end up looking very close to your natural lips. So especially for people with pigmented lips, you might want to consider maybe getting 1 or 2 shades max, because eventually everything ends up looking pretty much the same on your lips. You can layer up the color a little bit. What I've noticed about this lip gloss is that when you first apply the first base layer, for example, that's like maybe a 40% color on your lips, and because you have to spread it out and all that, the color dissipates and it becomes like a 20% color opacity on your lips, right? So you go in with the second base layer trying to build up the color on your lips. Even after spreading it across your lips, you will think that, oh, this color looks great. Now it looks like a solid maybe a 50%. The moment you purse your lips together, the color actually dissipates even more. So it tones down the lip color even more, and that's one thing I want to point out. I do like to have a little bit more color in my lips naturally. That's me personally, because I have quite pale lips, so Having a little bit more color on my lips really helps to tie my whole makeup look together. The base color pigmentation, it isn't as strong as compared to maybe a Western lip gloss. Personally for me, I'm not the biggest fan of using like a matte lipstick and a lip gloss on top. It's either or for me. So the max that I would do is really like a lip crayon in the water lip tint, but because these are glosses, and oh yeah, I want to point out, the applicator of these glosses, they are of like a fuzzy cushion chair kind of fabric. So when you apply this lip gloss on top of your matte lipstick, maybe if you're out and about, you just want to take this and apply on top of your matte lipstick, that is definitely going to be cross-contamination in a sense, because the lipstick actually will stain the fuzzy fabric cloth of the applicator. Do you really want to take another like clean applicator and then you dip into this gloss when you're out and about? I think that could be a little bit of a hassle, so that's why I never tried that method personally, because I knew that it was not really a realistic thing that I would do. Now the difference between these two glosses, the Glasting Water Gloss and the Glasting Color Gloss, is that the water gloss has a minty plumping effect to it, as well as the fact that it has shimmer particles in it. I must say this is stunning though. Like the blue shimmers in it, very, very beautiful, very ethereal in a sense. And of course, this gloss doesn't have any shimmer particles in it at all. For the Glasting Water Gloss, the applicator of this is actually a plastic paddle like this, and it's actually very easy to clean off as compared to a fuzzy applicator like the ROMAND one. Personally, I prefer the Glasting Water Gloss applicator a little bit more because it is way much more easier to clean, and because it's a plastic paddle like this, all I have to do is take a little tissue and I just clean off the paddle like that to avoid any cross-contamination, as compared to having to clean a fuzzy applicator like this with tissue and bits of the tissue will stick onto it, that kind of thing. It's a little bit more troublesome, and the applicator is nice on its own for sure, definitely, but I think in terms of ease of application, I think this is much better. The water gloss has a tingly, minty sensation on my lips, almost like as if I had toothpaste on my lips for maybe 5-10 minutes-ish, so it does stay on the lips for quite a significant period of time to actually attempt to plump up your lips. Personally, I don't mind it. I'm not super sensitive to minty sensation. If it's gonna be paint, plumping, lip injection, toothpaste kind of thing, yeah, I don't like that. But a minty, mild sensation of plumping, I don't mind. So this one is still okay for me. It's much bearable. Okay, that was the review portion of things. Now, if you found this video helpful so far, help a girl out, leave a like, because that will tell the YouTube algorithm like, hey, this video was helpful and it helped somebody, so let's share with other people. So hopefully this video will go out to more people who actually plan on checking out this particular lip gloss. And now we shall go into the live lip swatches. I had to take a little dinner break, and this is what is left on my lips after a round of food, I guess. And you can see there really isn't much left on my lips, so we're gonna go in with the first shade, Peony Ballet. So this is one layer of Peony Ballet on my lips. As you can see, it's a very sweet, subtle pink, and in terms of color and how it blends into like the natural lip color, I think this is one of the more natural colors out of the three that I own. It really is a nice boost of a hue of pink, and I think in terms of the stark difference, in terms of color difference and things like that, this is definitely more on the subtle side. And I think this would be great for people who want to go a little bit more on the safer route of things. You maybe want to buy a very like safe color, something that's very easy to wear, then I think this color, Peony Ballet, you would actually really enjoy it. Okay, let's go into the second layer and let me demonstrate to you what I mean by the color dissipating and spreading across my lips very naturally. Now I'm trying my very best to not purse my lips like fully together, but you can see right now there is a little bit more of that pink pigmentation to it, and it looks very shiny, very wet. I think for this particular lip gloss, 2 layers of it will really give such a beautiful, nice shine. When I purse my lips now, Don't know if you can tell, but the color kind of like evenly spreads out a little bit more across my lips. Maybe for Peony Ballet, because of how light and milky it is, it's a little bit hard to see, plus the fact that it's like so close to my natural lip color, right? Okay, maybe I'll try it out with Grapey Way later on in a little bit, but this is the second layer of Peony Ballet. What do you guys think? I think this color is really easy to wear and just like wear it with anything, or maybe for those like no makeup days where you just want a little bit of gloss, a little bit of color on your lips. I'm gonna do a blot test just for reference, but I think if you're wearing a gloss, I don't think you want to blot this out. Even though I really like pressed in like quite a bit, there's that nice layer of moisture that I really like a lot. And you can see, for reference, my Cupid's bow here, like my non-existent Cupid's bow, there is a little bit of that shine, as you can see. And my lips feel so moisturized still. And it's so, oh, this is so good. It's really my bare natural lip color. I think if you have very pigmented lips, maybe it will look even better on you because you will see that shine a little bit more obviously, or that layer of moisturization, because there will be a little bit of sheen. So yeah, I really like this lip gloss a lot. Alright, next up we have Grapey Way. I would describe this color as reddish pink purple. The purple undertone is like not really that strong, but when you compare it to the first shade, Peony Ballet, you can definitely tell that this one, I feel, is a little bit more pigmented and a little bit more obvious in result. And I think the pink hue in this is a little bit stronger. I'm gonna be honest, out of the 3 shades that I use, the one that I use the most, can you guess which one is it? It's this one. It's this one right here. I just think that this has the right amount of color pigmentation for me, at least, even with one layer alone by itself. I will add on the second layer in a little bit, but I think this color is so flattering on my skin tone personally, and I really like this color a lot. Alright, let's do the second layer, and this time I think it'll be a little bit more obvious to show the little color dissipation thing. Okay, try my best not to purse my lips too much again, but you can see how much more saturated and the pink purple undertone really like comes through. Now I'm gonna purse my lips. And you can see it kind of like tones down a little bit more. You can see that it isn't as like saturated in a sense, so that's one thing I noticed. And yeah, I like this color a lot still, so regardless, whatever it is, this color is my pick personally, so this is like crystal approved, I guess. I think it's very obvious that Grapey Way has significantly a deeper color pigmentation as compared to Peony Ballet. You can see that this is way much more lighter, and this one is Grapey Way. I think this is a good representation of how the actual color is. The last shade that we have is number 5, Dim Mauve. Let's go in with one layer. So this is one layer of Dim Mauve. As you can see, it has that kind of mauve but with kind of a brown undertone to it, so it makes it very wearable. I must say, I was a little bit disappointed because the body of this makes it look so deep and at the same time muted, and the fact that Grapey Way was so vivid in terms of pigmentation, so I was kind of expecting that kind of vividness from that, but apparently not. So this is how one layer of Dim Mauve looks like. I think this is also still very wearable, of course, and yeah, I just was expecting it to go a little bit deeper. Let's go in with one more layer. And this is the second layer of Dim Mauve on my lips. As you can see, it really helped in building that beige brown undertone, and it really helped to make my lips really have that mood of very like chic kind of vibes. I really could tell that Grapey Way was a little bit more pigmented in terms of the color base. This one not so much. Earlier in the video, I had 3 layers on and it still looked like that, so I'm a bit kind of thing. And of course, we gotta do a blot test. And you can see on the tissue paper here, you really can see that brown undertone come through with that hint of mauve. The mauve in this is like a slight hint only. And you can tell Grapey way, the center one right over here, it really is still the most pigmented. So I think the tissue blots over here shows a really good representation of how the true colors actually are, but because of the natural base pigmentation of our natural lip color, it does alter the final product on your lips a little bit. Let me know what are your thoughts on the new rom&nd Glasting color glosses. I would love to hear from you guys. Do you like it, dislike it, or is it with lip gloss so you're gonna pass on it? I would love to hear from you guys. Drop it down below, and while you're at it, make sure you subscribe to my channel as well for more K-beauty content. I would love to see you guys around. And if you want to find out the top 7 cool tone lippies that I recommend, you can check out this video over here.